Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back for another DevPro Duel video. Yeah, I think it was yesterday or earlier today that Konami announced. You probably already have heard it, since it's kinda big news here for us TCG players. Cyberdragon Infinity is going to be released here in the TCG, I think somewhere in January, as an OCG import in BOSH, so Breakers of Shadows. So that means that BOSH, I think the set after Dimension of Chaos, feel free to correct me down below, is definitely going to be a very big set, since cards like Solemn Notice is also in BOSH. The set is definitely going to sell like hotcakes, and I think from the picture that Konami posted up from Cyberdragon Infinity, I think we can all expect that the card is going to be secret, if not ultra rare. I mean, boosting up the sales with Solemn Notice, Cyberdragon Infinity, why not, right? If you can be, yeah, if you are Konami. Anyway, so yeah. Again, playtesting a Clownblade version, more TCG oriented now. But yeah, let's not forget that by the time we get Cyberdragon Infinity, probably one or two ban lists are released, are dropped. So cards like Northern, Instant Fusion, and maybe something to the Clownblade engine in general, or maybe Ptolemaios can definitely be hit by the time we get Infinity. But you know, it's something to keep in mind, that by the time we get Infinity, the format will probably be much different, right, with magicians and so on. But nonetheless, it's just something to have fun with, so again, feel free to try it out. So, I'm playtesting against Majespecters. Majespecters also playing the new cards like Majespecter Frog, that when it's summoned, you can target one spell or trap, Majespecter spell or trap from your deck, and it immediately set it to your back row. So that's kind of a very good card from Majespecters. The Majespecter deck is also playing that new fairy monster, that Ariadne, which can search counter traps, and when it's in your pendulum zone, you don't have to pay for cards like Solemn Notice, since that's important. That's also the purpose of the video today, is to show how strong, I mean, we all know how strong Solemn Notice is, but backed up with Cyberdragon Infinity, that's just disgusting. So yeah, let's not waste any more time, let's hop into the first game. Alright, the first tool, I think I could start, main decking that one star drawing. It's of course more of a gimmicky card rather than a competitive card, so feel free to drop it from the main deck. And you know how disgustingly good Instant Fusion into Northern Reborn something. In this case, it's that star drawing to give me an extra draw, so 2 free draws here, thanks to star drawing, and back up Cyberdragon Infinity with double Solemn Notice. That's just too good, especially if you're playing against a pendulum-based deck, and let's face it, by the time we get those magicians, Majespecters, the format is going to be heavily focused on pendulum summon. He makes a good move here. He uses that tornado, I believe, to try to banish my King of the Feral Imps. I tried to negate with Cyberdragon Infinity, but yeah, we are both playing 2 or 3. Yeah, I think we are both playing 3 copies of Solemn Notice in the main deck. I go for damage, and yeah, I'm playing double Ptolemaios, double Nova, and double Infinity in the extra deck. The only downside to this, it's, yeah, of course, takes up a lot of space in the extra deck cards like Rhapsody. Yeah, I'm not playing Rhapsody or 101, so definitely feel free to drop a few extra Infinity cards for those. It's, of course, up to you if you want to do that. Yeah, I think I noticed the pendulum summon. I think so. But anyway, I can just clean up the first game with an all-out attack. The next tool, he gets that pendulum call immediately set to the pendulum scale, and you know, Majespecters unaffected by the opponent's spells and traps and effects in general, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and he can just set 3 back rows, one of them being the Solemn Notice, and I think that quick play spell that pops one of your opponent's monsters, and that tornado, yeah, that can banish 1 card from the opponent, and he banishes Tricklong, right? Yeah, it's such an it's a very annoying deck. Majespecters, I mean, they can out-advantage you, so it's pretty much the only way that you can win against Majespecters is just attack over them. And that's what I'm going to do. I think the only option here is to go for Exciton, Excite and Knight. But of course, we can now expect we are both playing triple Solemn Notice, so you can definitely expect yeah, one of his back rows being that Solemn Notice, since I think we know the other one is that quick play spell card that can destroy one of your opponent's monsters. He attacks with Raccoon directly, reborn my 1000 Blades, and during the end phase I special summon that that Archfiend Eater, since we know he has that that trap card that well, I think it's Tornado, right? That banishes one of your opponent's monsters. So attack with my Assault Halberd Cannon, I believe that's the name is, and I think my only option here is to go for Castel to send back one of his Pendulum skills, one of his magicians, to prevent him from eventually Pendulum summon both Raccoon and Fox to get the search, and he searches out Frog. And yeah, it's no use to play this on. So game number 3, very cool. Yeah, special summon my Photon Thrasher Tricklown. You know the shenanigans. Tricklown special summons again itself, and I think I searched out that Gigabyte. Yeah, indeed, go for Ptolemaios, the first one, and attach, I think, the Diamond, right? Immediately going to drop Maxi and that Retaliating Sea. Both cards are excellent against the current meta game. Not bad against Majespecters, or at least, yeah, a pendulum-based deck. He gets some shenanigans going with Ariadne. I'm going to warning his summon. I think Ariadne should have triggered here. I'm not really sure, but I think the card reads that it just needs to be destroyed, not on the field, doesn't really matter, but destroyed as a monster card. So I'm not really sure if Ariadne should have triggered. It's still glitched on YgoPro. It's not yet some problems with the scripting. Anyway, so I can end with Cyber Dragon Infinity with Kingdom of Ariadne steering, dealing some damage. Opponent is dropped to 3k life points. Immediately during his draw phase, going to drop Maxi. He chains his Clash of Draco rivals. I have to negate that with Cyber Dragon Infinity, since it can be problematic. He can go for it's of course random. I have to pick one of his Draco rival cards, his Draco Slayer cards. But if I hit that tuner, he can possibly go for the Synchro, attack over Infinity, and go from there, right? So that was the reason I definitely had to negate with Cyber Dragon Infinity, and now I can just freely attack for a game. And I also had one Solemn Notice in my hand, but yeah, the Solemn Wars, by the time if we get BOSH Breakers of Shadows, yeah, the Solemn Wars is definitely going to be relevant again. You know, back in the old days, Solemn Judgment, your opponent negating your own Solemn Judgment with his Solemn Judgment, and you having that second Solemn Judgment paying half of your life points. Same with the opponent, and attack for a game, since your opponent already paid half of his life points, and you could go for the OTK with something like Dark-Armed Dragon or Gazarus. Yeah, it's definitely coming to the TCG really soon, in a few months, with those notices. And yeah, Cyber Dragon Infinity. So yeah, it's possible that by the time we get Cyber Dragon Infinity here in the TCG, that Ptolemaios might get banned, might be banned. But yeah, it's just all speculation. So guys, enjoy the format while we still can. That's it. Hopefully we will get our ban list soon. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.